Hello there, Internet and you beautiful creatures of the beyond. Let's try something interesting today because I had an idea. An idea which I have no clue if it's gonna work. So, what I'm thinking is that we create a letter. Let's say what random an S because an S has beautiful curves, doesn't it? And let's make it a bit darker. Well, maybe not that dark. Let's make it. mm, I don't know. 500 pixels is no, it's not enough. Let's just drag it. Oh, that's a wonderful font. Well, something like this. Actually, this is a wonderful font. So I'm thinking of just adding decorations around this S. So, what should we do? We should we should define this, no? Or actually, let's make the mockup. The mockup meaning what we're going to create around. So, um, first of all, this text. Why is it? That's such a weird thing. Well, that's new. Huh. I've never seen this happen before. Oops. It changed it to something different. So I don't know what that was. It wasn't a group. Anyway, let's look our background. So let's call this background. Let's call this template letter S. And we're gonna duplicate this and we're going to convert it into a path. And it's gonna just call it letter S. Let's hide our. Actually, let me make another layer. Um, Bottom. And this one is going to be called core because I like it. Moving this into this. I'm gonna close this. Can I change the color? Weird. The color changes based on something. Um, let's call it behind. Okay. I don't know. It's weird how it colors things. Anyway, so what should we do here? Because we have so many options. Let's group this. This is gonna be the letter. I'm gonna hide this. Okay, so we have something. Now, maybe we'll want to add some leaves. Let's add some leaves. So we're gonna do something a bit larger, maybe a bit fatter as well. And let's make the, I don't know, this color for now. Maybe a bit larger. And we're going to put this in the background. So let's group this. We're gonna call this foliage behind, because maybe we're gonna put some foliage in front as well. So, well, maybe I should just yeah, this looks a bit better. I don't know. Maybe we need to make it. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks okay-ish. Even without anything at the moment, without any effects, anything that I am imagining in my brain, it kind of gets a nice shape. So let's create another behind this. Like so. Okay, okay, I like this. And what if we want to... Maybe we should add something more like... So let's see how this looks. Perhaps that's too big. And I don't know, maybe this one we could thicken it up. Make it smaller, maybe even smaller. Well, that doesn't look good. Have something in my mind, but I'm not sure how to approach it. Nope. Then let's try something like this. Oh, that looks a bit better. No, like things are detaching from it. A bit of freedom here and there. Yeah, kind of like it. Maybe a bit fatter. I don't know, maybe this shape doesn't fit perfectly like so. Let's try it like this. Yeah. This one is still a bit too sharp. Okay, okay, we can work with this. Maybe push it in a bit more. Yeah, something along the lines of this. Maybe this curve can be a bit... what else? So I'm thinking like we're going to add some shadows to delimit these two leaves. Let's add something interesting here. So maybe something along the path of this. But this one is gonna be on top. So we might want this to create a new group and foliage front. But now I want to copy this and go over here. Oops. Come on. So this one. Paste in place. Okay, so we want something like this, but we want to remove only this part. So we're gonna take, I don't know, something like so. Oops. And try to combine this. And no. Let's make this 50%. And let's see where we can put it. Somewhere around this spot. So this with this combined. I'm going to cut this. Yeah, I kind of like this, but we're gonna make it a bit fatter, like so. Maybe even fatter. Maybe the angle is a bit too rough. Still searching for that. I think there's two. Oops. Yeah. I knew something was wrong here. Maybe that's too dull, a bit sharper. And maybe we'll push it a bit like so. It's always difficult with these angles, but we'll manage. Maybe this angle needs to be like this. Okay, that looks better. This one a bit inwards, and maybe we'll push it more. Oops. Ah, come on. I want a specific thing here. Maybe even lower. Okay, we'll leave it like this for now. So I think that would look nice. Where else? Where else could we add more flowers? Flowers, I mean leaves. We could get in some over here, maybe. I don't know. So something along the path of, well, maybe larger. It's kind of tricky. Oops, this needs to be the same color. Should it be in front though? I kind of like it in front. Then let's move it inwards a bit. What if I do another one smaller, brought to a different angle? And I don't know. Hmm. Let's try something different. Let's try going like so. And let's put this one a bit darker. I'm gonna put it underneath this. And push it like this. This one doesn't look good. We need something to balance it. I think we need a gap here somewhere. Let's see, maybe I push this a bit more. Make this a bit freaking higher. I take this a bit lower. That's an interesting thing. Maybe this one should go in the back then. Let's see, we're gonna put it in here. There we go. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm trying not to overdo it. Let's also add something simple like, I don't know. Maybe that's too sharp. Too dull, sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, that's too much. Maybe something along the path of this. But again, angles. Angles, angles, angles. I don't know. Maybe like this. A little bit of freedom. Yeah, that kind of looks okay-ish. What if we try to make this same color as this? Let's see. Interesting. Or no, let's keep this, and let's go with these ones in the back, darker. Am I pushing too much? I don't know. Maybe I'll try to pull this one through here. And let's try this one here. Okay, that starts to look like something. If we duplicate this, make it smaller. Hmm. Let's try to push this to a bit lower like this. Maybe this one a bit bigger. Oh yeah, kind of like that. Gives a balance. Gives a balance. Although this part is kind of missing something. So let's try to add something over here. I don't know, something like this, maybe along the shape of the S. Mm. No, not that way, that way. Maybe smaller. Let's get rid of this and this. Mm. Okay, 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 I like this. I like it, but still feels like we need one extra thing here, maybe like so. Let's make it a bit darker to get the point of where it is. Should it be in front or behind? Uh, yeah. Okay. That looks nice. So now, um, which one are you? You shouldn't be here. You should be in front. Okay. So let's add something along the path of this. If we try to do something like so. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but something. Maybe push this like this. Hmm. Oops, oops. Maybe smaller, maybe thinner. And definitely behind. And let's try to change this angle a bit. That's kind of a lot. Maybe smaller. Just so it picks up out. But this is like a stem probably, so then let's make it thinner. Maybe even thinner here, let's see. I don't know if I can make it look as I want. Okay. So, oops. So what if we add smaller ones? I'm still plotting. I don't know. I have no clue what's this is going to look like. Oh, this isn't looking good. This is not looking good. Maybe push too much. Is it too much? Oops. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of a flower now, but how the hell do we add a flower? I need to look um, for some references. We want something simple yet delicate. Kind of have an idea, but flowers are tough. Flowers are tough. Because I don't want a very flat flower either. Kind of want something to pop up. Mm. Oh, what happened? That's an interesting flower, but not the one that I'm searching for. Yeah. Okay, that looks interesting. Although flowers have these patterns inside them in the center, I don't know how it's called, where the pollen resides. And I don't know if I can create that. But damn, that's so complicated. Let's just do something very, I don't know, simple for now. Sorry. Let's make, I don't know, something like so. And let's choose a color. Let's go with a bright orange, maybe. Something like maybe brighter. I don't know. Maybe something a bit more yellowish. We're getting to something. Something like this. And we will want some. Well, this one is the tough part. How do you make the petals? Because the petals can be, it's not like super simple. It should be something more or less like so. And we might want something more, I don't know. Let's try bright pink. Maybe more towards the red. This doesn't look too bad. But the problem is I've done it wrong. I've done it wrong in the sense that this would be needing to sit something like this. And the thing with flowers is that they come like in patterns. How should we do it? So let's put this behind. I'm gonna try something. Let's see. We're gonna go here, and let's try rotate copies. Well, actually, this looks quite neat, but split elements. Distribute evenly. Okay. Why are you on top though? This needs to be somewhere here. Can I edit them individually? No. The thing is, I kind of want them a bit fatter at the bottom here. Something like that. But now is the complicated part. Let's try to apply this and let's see. Can I modify it now? Okay, that's good. So we'll want to take the petals like this and group them. And let's call this petals. And we're going to angle this later. We're gonna use something interesting. We'll see. But I kind of want to see where this can go. This is still too big. Maybe we'll make it. Oops. Um, let's call this flower uh, center, something, I don't know. So this one needs to be a bit smaller, like so. Good. So the way I would do this, first of all, let's start changing some of the shapes here. Just so that it looks a bit more random. Maybe this one is too much. Okay. Okay. Let's also play with the thickness here. So this is the first batch. Maybe this one a bit fatter. Okay. So this is the first batch. The next batch, petal front. Well, front. And let's duplicate this. Move it underneath. And let's call this petal back. What we want to do now, well, I should have put them in the front. We want to, oh come on, what the heck, petals back. I want something like so. Let's make them a different color. Shush. Maybe a bit darker. A bit. And move them back. Now I'm thinking maybe I made them too thin. So let's play a bit with the thickness here. And the same for this. Oh, come on, click. Of course, let's change some of the other aspects so they don't look copy-pasted. Maybe we can push some of them in and out so they don't feel like they're the same wide, all of them, the same length. Oh, that doesn't look good. What has happened to you? Really, something is weird here. Huh. Does this happen anywhere else? Don't think so. So you must be a bit fatter. Maybe a bit longer. Mm-hmm. This one doesn't look too great. Maybe this one is too long. Right now it looks a bit weird because of the color contrast, but you can place it something like this. And just for demonstration purposes right now, we're just gonna use the perspective and do something like so. Mhm. That gives it that look. Maybe I can even make the petals a bit bendier in an arc if we truly need it. But right now it doesn't look bad. I'm just gonna disable this for now. Or maybe we can do it in the opposite direction. I don't know. I could also just do it manually, but still complicated. What would we like to do though is to just create some gradients on this. Oops, 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 oops. We need to be doing it individually. And let's do it like this. So we want it somewhat darker and even more red. More, something like this. No, flowers are more saturated actually. Okay. This is gonna be tough because flowers have so many things going on for them, so it's gonna be tough because they have they're not flat, the petals, so they have like this form that kind of clips inwards, but I'll see how I can do that later. Right now we just want to get a general shape, but this one needs to be more like this. Maybe I should push it more towards this. Kind of like this. Maybe not so tiresome. Okay, maybe push it a bit lower. And the same will apply to this. Where is it? And then we'll apply this the same. Like really, really chill things. Although be careful, because what I'm doing here is kind of not okay. If you want to change the gradient for this petal or maybe make it darker at the bottom, you'll have to create a new gradient or duplicate this one, you know. I don't know. I think you have to press plus here to duplicate. But right now, I'm just gonna try not to mess it up. So if you want to have different color gradients, just keep that in mind. Because right now, if I modify on this gradient, it modifies for all of them. Okay, like this, I like it. And kind of the same should be applying to these ones, but these ones will have a different gradient, won't they? So let's see, I'm gonna push this gradient. And if I press plus, you see it creates a second one. Well, let's just, whatever. I can't be bothered to rename everything now. But obviously, this will have to be darker. And this one should go a bit dark as well. Yeah, it's starting to look like something. So again, bam, bam, the first one. I mean the first one. The first, the one with -1. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just trying not to select the wrong one. -1. Click, click, click. And this one as well. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And voila. I think this is looking like something, although this one needs to be, I don't know. I don't even know. How should you make this one? Let's try like so. And let's push it more towards an orange. I don't know. Complicated. Complicated. Something like so. Well, maybe more inwards. For now, this should do. This needs a lot more work, obviously, but now we have an idea. Maybe the flower is a bit too big. Oh, oh. No, no, no. No, what did you do? Undo it. Undo it, please. No. Okay, okay. It's there. Probably will have to play with the length of these petals as well. So if we push this a bit like so, so we don't take too much of a S shape. Maybe I should change the thickness of this as well. They look too skinny on the outside, and most petals are kind of the same width. Maybe this one a bit longer. Of course, there will be some need for shadows and stuff. Right now, it's not perfect, but it's a beginning. It's a beginning. We'll see because we still have to add details to it, and let's see how it looks with that perspective. Mm, no, perspective is not quite cutting it. I might have to. Well, it's not looking bad. I could try to arch the leaves. Or we can leave it like so. I mean, even in this form, it doesn't look too shabby. Uh, but is it enough? Or should I make it larger? I don't know. Looks good like this. But again, um, this doesn't help too much if we don't do something interesting to it. So let's see, we're in the letter, okay, in the S. And let's duplicate this. Let's give it a filter. Let's try marbling. Okay. I kind of like that. The only problem is that we need to, first of all, let's save from time to time. Filter editor. So I'm gonna try to put half of it here. Well, the relevant half. And let's see. First of all, we want the displacement map to go to 0. Yeah. So it kind of, because if I leave it like this, it looks nice, but we have that cut at the top. And that's kind of sad, so we'll have to push it. And then let's go to the turbulence and let's try to, I don't know, let's make a 9. Hmm? Let's make a 2. If I go 2 like this, no, that looks bad. Unless, maybe if I push the octaves a bit lower. No, it's not doing. What if I do the seeds? This is difficult because, or let's try turbulence. No, fractal noise. Let's try 0, 1. I liked it initially. The problem was, well, many problems. Let's try 0, 6, 0, 3. Yeah, 0, 3 looks interesting. I'm playing with the seats here to see what we can get better. Okay, so this should be filter marble. I think we can push opacity to maybe a 50 for now. And let's duplicate the letter S and let's try another filter. So let's try a bevel. I like melted jelly. I love melted jelly. Although it's kind of messed up a bit here, but it's okay. Let's also push it to something like 60, 50. Maybe it's too strong. 20. Maybe a 40. Okay, and so this one is filter melted jelly. If we try to push this one on top. Well, that looks like something, although we can still maneuver with the color over here in the background. So let's see, letter S. First of all, I'm gonna push it all the way to the top. And let's try a gradient, a linear one. Oh, that looks interesting. But it's see-through. That's not that's a problem. That's a problem. But again, letter S, G, and let's try to push this color to something brighter like so. That looks like an interesting idea. We're gonna push it. What happened to my... Oh, it's there. Okay, never mind. Okay. We have an interesting thing going on here. But this is not picking up so great. So let's try to duplicate this. Make it something like so. And let's see if this can be a shadow. Just something very thin. 10% should be okay. Just so that we can define the edge. Kind of like it. Of course, right now the contrast is still too strong because these ones have nothing on them. And this one is still not defined, but I kind of like how the S ended up being. And we don't have any drop shadows from the elements that's on top. Well, here we probably won't be able to see it. Interesting. How would I go about this though? Huh. If you zoom in, you can see this. Ting, 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 ting. Well, what can I do? The point is to make it look interesting without using any textures. I don't think we can blur these lines. But such is the babble, what can we do? Even these ones are... Oh, let's not make it go crazy. What if we try... something on these leaves? So let me just duplicate this leaf. And let's go into extension filters, texture, and watercolor. Okay. They have a problem. The watercolor spills out. So what should I do about the watercolor? Well, then let's create another one. This is gonna be a mask to this. Set clip. And I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Let's go with filters, filter editor. So that one we always set at 0. Let's see what happens if I push it at 2. Okay. Let's make this... trying to catch something that looks natural. Okay, we can do this. And now the advantage of doing this is that I can take this with this. Let's group them. And okay, let's close this. I'm gonna do a gradient here. And let's try something interesting. Let's do some more desaturated. Oh, sorry. Selected. More desaturated and a bit more like this, and maybe this one lighter and desaturated, like so. Okay, now if we move it back, what if we add a border? Let's say 10. And let's say the stroke paint should be something, well, maybe 10 is too much. Let's try 5. Or even 2. 3. And go with... Oh, no, no, sorry. This. And maybe make it a bit darker and more desaturated. Hmm. Okay, maybe that will work. Of course, this one isn't helping us very much here. I'm just trying to give this so the white doesn't bleed into the background, the lighter color. And for this, we're going to duplicate you. And now in this one, we're going to apply the same effect, but let's go to filter, filter editor, and we just duplicate it and apply it. Did it work? Technically, it should work. Too much blur. Yeah. Okay, so this entire group needs to be underneath. Oops. Okay. So let's see, filter editor. And let's see, displacement is okay. The turbulence, I think the turbulence is okay, that looks better. Or not. Let's go with something a bit less. Something like this. Okay, so again, we have to go in. I have to duplicate this, make it as a clipping mask. Select this, set clip. And then we would need something on this, right? Because we would need a shadow here. So, but should I keep this freaking thing with the edge? I don't know, this is kind of... Well, I think we should. So in this case, what is this color? Let me just save it somewhere. So we have an idea. So we go back here. We apply the same principle. Stroke 30. What the heck? Not 30, mate. 5. And this one. Is it 5 or is it 3? It's 3. Yeah, I think it keeps it crispy and fresh there. Let's try to add the shadow now. So we want this as a duplicate. We want it as a mask, and we'll want something along the path of, well, maybe not so much. And we'll want, I don't know, this color. No, let's take this color and let's just go darker, like so. Let me save this color as well. And now we want it to be blurred. So let's move it a bit under. Bam, bam. Set clip. Something like this. And maybe push it a bit more like so and like so. I could even do a gradient upon it, so the shadow is stronger on this corner, but I think that's too overkill. We want something defining actually. I don't know. I think it's looking like something. At the very least, it gives the impression of texture upon it. And again, we can play with some gradients here. And try to desaturate it. Oops. And make this one a tiny bit lighter and desaturate. Oh, come on, I'm clicking the wrong things. Let's see how this looks. Well, apparently it's not impacting it. Oh, I think I should be going the other way. Sorry. Maybe a bit darker, so... Yeah, because the light is falling on this side and more on this side, although this should be a bit darker. But I don't know, I kind of like it. Should I change the gradient towards upwards? Let's see. I think it works. Maybe we'll need to put it... push this gradient a bit darker here. And more desaturate or push it like so. Maybe saturate the top part of it. I'm looking too much into leaves. But it looks like something. Obviously it's not a perfect leaf, but I'm kind of trying to do it, I don't know, watercolorish. I'm not sure yet about the flower, of how we're going to approach this. Weirdly enough, something happened here that's quite cute. The gradient just shifted, but I like it. So I'll have to apply the same type of technique to all of these other leaves and add some shadows that fall here and here. Yeah, it's a tedious task, but I think the end result would look amazing. Although I have one more question. Can I get this shadow to go a bit larger? Yes, yes I can. I think that looks a bit more defined because it was bleeding too much here with the colors and the background. Yeah, it's starting to look like something. The flower definitely needs a lot of work to make it pop up better because right now the gradients are just washed out. So adding more details on it might look more 3D-ish. Still not sure about this, but it does kind of balance everything that's on the bottom so it doesn't leave this space so empty, so negative. And this one is gonna be interesting and tricky to do. I think we got the contrast quite all right between colors and where it shines, where it doesn't. Although the S is kind of independent from the lighting. Maybe let's say this is kind of the how the texture, like a marble thing. It differs in contrast from something darker, a darker texture to a lighter one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting, interesting. Would be nice to have something like this made into a font, but I think that's too cheesy to do it for every single letter. Although it would look pretty. Well, I think this will be enough for today. I'm gonna work on this in the background in the next few days and see what we end up doing at the end. And then I'll just showcase it because it's the rest is kind of tedious work tasks, and I work better when I have music in the background and I can chill and I don't talk constantly because when I'm talking, my brain is trying to look for so many options, and my mind wanders off, and I'm trying to concentrate to just be coherent in what I'm saying. So I don't try to just pick words from different ideas and just mesh them into an abomination. Well, thank you for watching, awesome guys. You're always the best. And I'll catch you in the next episode. See ya. Bye 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 bye.